Hello and welcome, it's Neil Dugan here. We're looking at the physical brains now, and we've just completed the video on the head brain, and now we're going to talk about the thoracic brain. So thoracic brain refers to, or the thorax refers to the chest, so the area where the rib cage is around in the middle of your body. And the wonderful work around the activity of the brain functioning in here that I would refer you to is that done by the HeartMath Institute. So if you do a Google search on HeartMath Institute, you'll find an absolute wealth of information with many peer-reviewed scientific studies around the functioning of this thoracic brain. Now, they call it the heart brain. It's the HeartMath Institute after all, but really the actual spread of the neurological structures is all through the thorax. So the bone which runs in the middle of the rib cage, called the sternum, and the manubrium is at the top of it, these bones have underneath them tremendous numbers of neural bundles. So like the neuralganglia in that area are tremendous. All around the rib cage are large numbers of neuralganglia, as well as through and around the organs. So we've got two major organs in the thorax. One is the heart and the other one is the lungs. And these organs have also distributed all through them, but all around them in the mesenteries and so on are neuralganglia. So these are thinking cells that are situated all through the thorax. They function in a very united way. So when you carry out brain scan type of work, so the things that we would normally do with the head brain, if you do it on the thorax, you can identify firing patterns which are not unlike the type of firing patterns that go on in the head brain as well. And as I say, the HeartMath Institute have done a tremendous amount of research, and well done to them on the development of this. Or the development of the understanding, the Western understanding of it. The thoracic brain is the brain that supports the emotional center, and of course the other aspect of the heart that often gets overlooked in these sorts of consciousness videos is that the heart is also the center, or one of the centers, of the soul, of the spiritual aspect. And there's particular relationships to the left atrium and many cultural contexts as well. So when we're looking at this thoracic brain, it is a physical brain. It's made up of a couple of organs and a whole lot of other structures, muscular structures and skeletal structures as well. But in addition to that, there is this tremendous linkage into a mind level activity, and a tremendous linkage also into your spirit. From a treatment perspective, if we're working with these things, very, very commonly we need to actually encourage the neurological activity of this area, so like the whole of the thorax. And sometimes we need to actually try and stimulate the coordination of neurological activity within specific aspects of that. So like for example the heart organ, or within the lungs, or whatever. In the area we're talking about here, there's a couple of major, endocrine structures as well. One of them is called the thymus. It's just underneath the sternum manubrium area, and it's incredibly important for many, many reasons, and it has a strong relationship with all kinds of endocrine activity. So this is the hormonal activity within the body. And if we're thinking in terms of how feelings, like the body aspect of emotional feelings, well, it's all thoracic stuff. So we're talking about the activity of this. So not only are we looking at the neurological structures, but we're also looking at the endocrine structures. And the same thing would apply for the earlier video when we were looking at the head brain. There's some critical endocrine structures actually within the head brain, which are closely related to the intellectual functioning, as well. So it's not that the thoracic brain is, totally unique in this. It's just that it has its own thing, and it's all around emotions. It's all around feelings. Okay, well that's what we've got to say on the subject of the thoracic brain. The next one will be on the gut brain or the abdominal brain, which of course is housing the instinctive center. So look forward to that. Thanks. Bye.